Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to discuss simple interest and compound interest exercise part 4. So index is exercise question and summary. After the class we summarize our lecture. So there is a disclaimer. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concern or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Now first see some formula related to simple interest and compound interest. First formula of simple interest, PRT upon 100. Simple interest equals to PRT upon 100, where SI denotes simple interest, P denote principal, R is rate of interest and T is time in year. Clear? So what will be the formula of calculating amount of the simple interest? So amount will be simple interest plus principal amount. So P represent principal, A represent amount and SI represent simple interest. Formula for calculating compound interest. So what will be the formula become? CI equals to P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n minus 1, where CI represent compound interest, P represent principal, R represent rate of interest and N represent time. So next one formula for amount formula of the compound interest. So amount will become P 1 plus R upon 100 whole the power T. So A represent amount, P represent principal, R represent rate of interest and T represent time. So the difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years. So we can directly calculate it. For 2-year, difference of compound interest and simple interest is equals to PR square upon 100 square. In the same way, the difference between compound interest and simple interest for 3-year will be PR square in the bracket 300 plus R upon 100 cube. Formula for calculating installment on SI. Let each installment be A rupees. So A will be 100P upon 100T plus RT into T minus 1 by 2, where P represent the principal amount, T represent the time, R represent the rate of interest. Clear? Now the formula of calculating population of for n year ago. So the formula will become P represent the population of the present, 1 upon 1 plus R to the power 100 power n. N represent the year and R represent the rate of interest. Formula for calculating population after n year. So then the formula become P 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n. Clear? Next one is formula for calculating net final income. So net final income will become P in the bracket 1 minus R1 upon 100 multiplying 1 minus R2 upon 100 multiplying 1 plus R3 upon 100. Clear? So see some questions. Now the first question is, which information given below is sufficient to know the amount if the difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years is 18 rupees? You have two options. The rate is same at which the amount of rupees 1000 become 1120 for 2 years in simple interest. Second statement is the principal given is 2000 rupees. So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it, which information given below? You have two statements and questions related this. Sufficient to know the amount if the difference between CI and SI for 2 years is 18 is given. Clear? So we can solve this question by using both the information together, because in the statement 1 we can find the rate of interest and in the statement 2 we know the principal. So both the statement are required for getting answer. So E is the correct answer. Next one. A sum of rupees 1521 is lent out in two parts in such a way that the simple interest on one part at 10% per annum for 5 years is equals to the another part at 8% per annum for 10 years. What will be the two parts of sum? So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So we know that the time is given 5 years, rate of interest is given 10%. In the second condition, time is 10 year and rate of interest is 8%. So we can let the first part is x rupees. So second part will be 1521 minus x. Solution to be continued. Now we can equate it according to question. X into 5 into 10 upon 100 is equals to 1521 minus x into 10 into 8 upon 100. When we calculate it, we get the value of x, which is 936 rupees. So what will be the second part? We can subtract it from the whole amount, which is 1521 minus 936. It becomes 585 rupees. Clear? Next one. Rashmi lent rupees 600 to Geeta for 2 years and rupees 150 to Sita for 4 years at the same rate of interest and receive altogether 80 rupees at simple interest from both. Find the rate of interest. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now it is given that T1 equals to 2 year, T2 equals to 4 year. T1 principal for Rashmi is 600 and P2 150 for Sita. So it says that SI from 1 and 2 total is 80 rupees. So according to question, the simple interest getting from Rashmi and from Sita is total 80 rupees. So we can use it 600 multiplying by R multiplying by 2 plus upon 100 plus 150 multiplying by R multiplying by 4 upon 100 is equals to 80. So when we calculate it, we get R equals to 4 and 4 by 9%. Clear? So D is the correct answer. Next one. Hemant makes a fixed deposit of rupees 20,000 in Bank of India for a period of 3 years. If the rate of interest be 13% simple interest per annum charged half yearly, what amount will he get after 42 months? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now time is given is 42 months. So when we convert it into years, it will become 3.5 years. So when we convert it into half yearly, so 7 half yearly, it will be converted. So rate will be half and time will be double. So we convert 3.5 year into half yearly. So it will become 7 half year. So rate will be 13 by 2. So simple interest will be PRT upon 100. So P is 20,000, R is 13 by 2 and time is equals to 7 multiplying upon 100 multiplying by 2. So we get 9100 rupees. So amount will be 20,000 was principal amount, 9100 is simple interest. So it total become 29,100 rupees. Clear? Next one. Gaurav borrowed rupees 800 at 6% and Naresh borrowed 600 rupees at 10%. After how much time will they both have equal debt? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now, given that R1 is 6%, if we let it as a R1, 6%, R2, which is 10%, clear? And first principal amount is, in the both cases, there are P1 is 800 and P2 is 600. So the question says that in how much time both the amount will be equal. Clear? That will be equal. So we can write it amount equals to principal plus simple interest. Simple interest will be PRT upon 100. Same way, principal plus simple interest. So 800 plus 800 into 6 into T upon 100 is equals to 600 plus 600 into 10 into T upon 100. When we calculate it, we get T equals to 50 by 3, which is equals to 16 2 by 3 year. So D is the correct answer. Next one. What annual payment will discharge debt of rupees 1092 due in 2 years at 12% simple interest? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we know the formula of the installment of simple interest. So we use this formula. Formula is 100p upon 100t plus rt in the bracket t minus 1 by 2. So we just put the value in this formula. 1092 is our principal multiplying by 100 upon 100t. So t is 2 here. So 100 multiplying by 2 into plus 24 rt. R is 12. Time is 2 here. So it becomes 24 into in the bracket 2 minus 1 t minus 1 upon 2. When we calculate it, we get approximately 515 rupees. So C is the correct answer. Next one. The annual payment of rupees 160 in 5 years at 5% per annum simple interest will discharge a debt of. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now annual payment is 160 rupees. Rate of interest is 5%. Time is 5 years. So we need to find debt. Clear? So according to formula, 100p upon 100t plus in the rt in the bracket t minus 1 by 2. So we just put these values in this formula. So annual payment we know that. Clear? Which is 160. It is given in the question. The annual payment of rupees 160. So we need to find the principal. So 100 into p upon 5 into 100 plus 5 into 4 into 5 upon 2. So when we calculate it, it will become p equals to 550 into 160 upon 100. So it will become 880 rupees. B is the correct answer. Next one. The population of a city is increased at rate of 5% per annum. If the present population of the city is 3,70,440, then what was its population 3 years ago? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Given that population was 3,70,440. Clear? Present population is 3,70,440. Rate of interest is 5%. Time is 3 years. So we use the formula population n year ago, which is p upon 1 plus r upon 100 to the power n. We just put the values in this formula. So 3,70,440 upon 1 plus 5 upon 100 to the power 3. So when we calculate it, we got 3,20,000. So 3 years ago, the population of the village of the city is 3,20,000. Clear? B is the correct answer. Next one. The population of a particular area of a city is 5,000. It is increased by 10 year in first year. It is decreased by 20% in second year because of some reason. In third year, the population increased by 30%. What will be the population of area at the end of the 3 year? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says that population of a city is 5,000 and it is increased by 10% in first year and decreased by 20% in second year and again increased by 30% in third year. So the population will become, if we let it first year 10%, so P1 equals to 5,000 plus 10% of 5,000, which is 5,500. In next year, this population 5,500 is decreased by 20%. So 5,500 minus 20% of 5,500, which is become 4,400. Clear? So solution to be continued. Now the next year, the population again increased by 30%. So what will it be? So P3 will become 4,400 plus 30% of 4,400. When we calculate it, we get 5,720. So the population of city after 3 years will be 5,720. Clear? Next one. The cost price of a car is rupees 4 lakh. If the price decrease by 10% every year, then what will be the cost of car after 3 years? Now you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. The cost price of car is 4 lakh rupees. So our principal amount is 4 lakh. The price decreases by 10% every year. What it means? It is decreased by 10% for first year. फिर again, then the amount will be decreased by 10%. Then again, same amount will decrease by 10%. So we can write it in the form of P into in the bracket 1 minus R upon 100 cube. So we got the amount. Okay. So 4 lakh multiplying 1 minus 10 upon 100 cube, which becomes 9 by 10, multiplying by 9 by 10, multiplying by 9 by 10 in 4 lakh. So when we calculate it, we get the amount after 3 years, which is 2,91,600. Clear? C is the correct answer. Next one. Sunita borrowed certain sum from Reena for 2 years at simple interest. Sunita lent this sum to Venu at the same rate for 2 years at compound interest. At the end of 2 years, she received 110 rupees at compound interest but paid 100 rupees as simple interest. Find the sum at the rate of interest. Clear? So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now, in this question, we know that the compound interest of 2 years is 110. Simple interest of 2 years is 100 rupees. So, what will be the simple interest for 1 year, which is 50 rupees? And we know that in compound interest, rate of second year, we get the rate of interest on rate of interest. Clear? So, how much we get the rate of interest in second year, which is 10 rupees. So, what will be the rate of interest? We know the first year rate of interest is 50 simple interest. So in second year, we got 10 rupees on 50 rupees. So what will be the percentage of interest? Which is 20% when we calculate it. Now we know the difference formula of compound interest and simple interest for 2 years. So we use it. Difference equals to PR square upon 100 square. So it will become 10 equals to PR square upon 100 square. So putting the value of R in this equation, so it will become 10 equals to P into 20 square upon 100 square. So when we calculate it, we get the P, which is 250 rupees. Principal amount 250 rupees. Next one. Find the least number of complete year in which a sum of money put out at 20% compound interest will be more than double. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says that least number of years. We need to find the time. Clear? In which a sum of money put out at 20% per annum more than double. Clear? So what will be the formula of amount? P 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n, or T, we can say that, which is greater than should be 2P. Clear? This will be the equation form. So just put the values. So we know that the rate of interest, which is 20. So when we calculate it, we got 6 upon 5 to the power n is greater than 2. So by putting the values, hit and trial, we get that n is always greater than 4. Clear? So B is the correct answer. Next one. The population of a country is 10 crore and it is possibility that the population will become 13.31 crore in 3 years. What will be the annual rate percent of this growth? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Clear? Now it is given that the population of the country is 10 crore. Population after 3 years, it will become 13.31 crore. Clear? So we know the amount and we know the principal if we use the compound interest formula. So the population formula is also related to the compound interest formula. So when we use it, any population after n year is equals to 13.31. Clear? And 10 crore was the initial population. We use the formula 1 plus R upon 100 power 3 because time is given, which is 3 years. So when we calculate it, we get 11 by 10 cube equals to 1 plus r upon 100. Solution to be continued. So we can equate it. When we equate it, we get 1 plus r upon 100 equals to 11 by 10. When we solve it, we get r equals to 10%. So rate of interest of increasing population is 10% per annum. Next one. Income of Hemant was rupees 4,000. In the first 2 years, his income decreased by 10% and 5% respectively. But in the third year, the income increased by 15%. What was his income at the end of third year? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Initial income of Hemant is 4,000. It is given. Clear? First year, the rate of decreasement is 10. Second year rate of decrement is 5. And third year growth is 15%. So we can solve it by the formula P into 1 minus R1 upon 100 into 1 minus R2 upon 100 into 1 plus R3 upon 100. Because first 2 years is decrease and third year is increase. So when we decrease, we subtract it. When it is increase, we add it. So 4,000 into 1 minus 10 upon 100 into 1 minus 5 upon 100 into 1 plus 15 upon 100. So what we can write it in the formation of 4,000 multiplying by 9 by 10 into 19 by 20 into 23 by 20. When we solve it, we get 3,933 rupees. So A is the correct answer. Next one. A man borrowed rupees 5,100 to be paid back with compound interest at the rate of 4% per annum by the end of 2 years in two equal yearly installment. How much will be the each installment? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So we know the formula of installment. Let each installment be P rupees. Clear? So the formula will become P upon 1 plus R upon 100 plus P upon 1 plus R upon 100 square is equals to, it is given that 5,100. Clear? So we know the rate of interest, which is 4%. So just put the value P upon 1 plus R equals to 4 upon 100 plus P upon 1 plus 4 upon 100 square. Clear? So it will be 25P upon 26 plus 625 upon 676P equals to 5,100. When we calculate it, we get the value of P, which is 2,704. Is the correct answer. Next one. Divide rupees 2,602 rupees between X and Y so that the amount of X after 7 years is equals to the amount of Y after 9 years. The interest being compounded at 4% per annum. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Let first part of the money is A rupees. So the second part will be 2,602 minus A, because it is said that 2,602 is the total amount. So if we let the first part is A, the second part will become 2,600 minus A. According to question, amount after 7 years is equals to amount after 9 years. So we just use the formula of compound interest. So A into in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 power 7 is equals to 2,602 minus A into 1 plus R upon 100 to the power 9. When we calculate it, we get A upon 2,602 minus A equals to 676 upon 625. Solution to be continued. So when we solve it, we get the value of A. So A is 1,352. So what will be the second part? We subtract it, we get 1,250 rupees. Clear? Next one. If rupees 3,000 amount to 4,320 rupees at compound interest in a certain time, then rupees 3,000 amount to what in half of the time? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we let the rate of interest is R%, time is N year. So amount is 4,320, principal is 3,000. So we just put it into the compound interest formula, amount formula. So 1 plus R upon 100 to the power N. When we solve it, we get 1 plus R upon 100 to the power N by 2 is equals to 1 by 2. We take it as it is in second formation, because in the question says that in what time, in what is half of the time, what will be the amount will become in half of the time. So half of the time, it means we know that this is the half of the time, N by 2. So we just put this value in the another formation. So another formation will become 3000 into 1 plus R upon 100 to the power N by 2, which is equals to, we put the value of 1 plus R upon 100 to the power N by 2, which is 1 by 2. When we calculate it, we got rupees 3,600 rupees. Clear? Next one. A sum of money lent at compound interest for 2 years at 20% per annum would fetch rupees 964 more if the interest was payable half yearly than if it was payable annually. What is the sum? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now according to question, let the principal amount is P. Clear? So what will be the compound interest half yearly? Time will be 4 times and rate of interest will be half. So we just put these values. Compound interest P 1 plus 10 upon 100 to the power 4 minus 1. When rate is half and time is 2 times. So when we calculate it, we get 4,641p upon 10,000. Clear? CI we get. So solution to be continued. So same formation when we calculate annually. So CI equals to P in the bracket 1 plus 20 upon 100 square minus 1, which is 11p by 25. Now according to question, 4,641p upon 10,000 minus 11p upon 25 is equals to 964. It is given in the question. So we can easily calculate the P. Now P is equals to 40,000 rupees. Clear? Next one. A sum of rupees 8,448 is to be divided between X and Y, who are respectively 18 and 19-year-old, in such a way that if their share will be invested at 6.25% per annum at compound interest, they will receive equal amount on attaining the age of 21. The present share of X is, you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says that total amount is 8,448 and it is divided between X and Y. So we can let the amount to be getting by X is X rupees. So Y will be 8,448 minus X respectively. Now amount got by X after 3 years is equals to amount got by Y after 2 years. It is given in the question because they are having the same share after they attaining the age of 21. Clear? Now we use the formula of compound interest. X, which is P, principal amount, 1 plus R, which is 6.25 upon 100 cube is equals to 8,448 minus X. This is our principal amount for Y, multiplying 1 plus R, which is 6.25 upon 100 square. So when we calculate it, we get the value of X, which is 17X equals to 1,35,168 minus 16X. So when we calculate it, we get the value of X, which is 4,096. Clear? So C is the correct answer. Next one. During the first year, the population of a village is increased by 5%, and in the second year, it is diminished by 5%. At the end of the second year, its population was 4,47,880. What was the population at the beginning of the first year? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now let the population at the beginning of the first year be A. So according to question says that A into 1 plus R upon 100, which is R is 5% increment, and next year it is decreased. So 1 minus 5 upon 100 is equals to 47,880. So when we calculate it, A into 21 upon 20 multiplying by 19 by 20 is equals to 47,880. Now we can easily calculate A, which is 48,000. So B is the correct answer. Now summarizing our today's lecture, what is simple interest? Definition: simple interest is calculated on the principal amount or the initial sum of money throughout the entire period of the loan or investment. Formula for simple interest equals to PRT upon 100, where SI represent simple interest, P represent principal, R represent rate of interest, and T represent time in year. Characteristic: interest is constant and does not change over the time. Commonly used for short-term loans or investment. Now the compound test. Compound interest is calculated on the principal amount and also the interest that has been added to it over previous period. This means interest is earned on interest. So what will the formula of amount is equals to? P 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T, where A represent the total amount after interest, P represent the principal amount, R represent the annual rate of interest, and T represent the time in year. Characteristic: the interest grows exponentially over the time, more beneficial for long-term investment or loans, as the amount earned can significantly increase. Now, thank you.